Recruiting athletes into our high school or college is downright competitive, even to the point where to get the right player into a program, money and favors sometimes exchanged. Other times, the correct information never gets home to the parent, who should be as involved and up to date on the recruiting process as their child. Joining me in the studio is Latonia Tripp. Her son, Jahlil Tripp, recently fought and lost a legal dispute against the PSAL for the right to play a fifth year of high school basketball at Abraham Lincoln High School this year. And we also welcome Cheryl Wray of the Parental Coalition of Student Athletes, which was formed to assist parents in the ever-changing world of high school and collegiate athletics. Did I get it right, ladies?
Yes, you did.
All right, now let's get on right to it. This process, especially this recruiting process, it could be overwhelming, and it starts at a young age, from what I heard. It starts at the elementary school level, where certain coaches will want you to play on their little league team. And then once you're playing on that little league team, then another coach said, hey, I got some sneakers. I give you a cell phone. Now I can give you this. Why don't you play on my team, my high school team? Then they coming and they texting you on the field and you trying to play and then the collegiate level, it gets even worse because they're offering you money, cars, women. You heard all the stories, right? So how have you dealt with that? And you're going through it right now.
Well, for me, it's been a learning experience, definitely. I've encountered coaches just reaching out to the student first as opposed to reaching out to the parents first. They're not very informative. They don't give you the whole picture. They give you the bits and pieces of information to draw you in. And then once they have you in, you feel like this person has the best interest involved. You kind of step back a little bit because if you're not familiar with the basketball world, you don't know how it works. You try to leave the professionals, let them do their job, but you end up in situations where you may not be familiar with, ground waters that you may not be familiar with, and it can land you in a lot of trouble.
In my case, my son, he's currently a junior in high school, and he plays very well. And because of previous experiences, I have people that I speak with. I stay in touch with his coach. I have friends that have played football. I'm a partner with someone in another program that I can ask and get some insight and input on what do we need to do. Differentiating a letter from a offering for camp or an offer to visit the school, and understanding the nature of recruiting at this level, at the for college football. At the high school level, Cordell doesn't get the text and the request and the invites to meet anymore. So he's going to soon to be a senior, so we don't have those.
You put a halt.
Yeah, we really had to. I've asked coaches not to text my son. I don't think they should be friends with them on Facebook or on Instagram or on any of those things. Snapchat. Yeah, I don't condone that relationship with a coach, a high school coach, and my son.
When did your son first started to be noticed for his athletic ability? Was it in elementary school? Was it at the junior high school level?
Yeah, junior high school level, where we got people reaching out to us. He played in elementary, but he played for the Parental program. This had nothing to do with school, is where it was introduced. But then once he started playing for the junior high school level, that's when you started getting the encounters with different coaches. And towards the end of his 8th grade years, when they got bolder and started reaching out and talking to him and talking to me and that process.
For my son, he played Pop Warner football, and he was coached by Chris Legree, and it was one specific play.
You're in charge of the program, basically,
I'm a
from what I heard.
I'm a president of Mo Better Jaguars football. Okay. Yes, I am. I'm a proud president, too.
Okay.
And there was a play on the field, and Cordell got lit up. And Chris looked at me, and he said, if he goes back in, we're okay. And he came out, and about 10, 20 seconds later, he was running back in, and Chris said, we're going to be all right. So that was a point where I knew maybe we have something here. Maybe he's really interested. Maybe he's okay. He's going to be good in this. And that was the point for me. I think his coaches noticed a bit earlier.
Your son, particular case, this case has been talked about throughout the city in terms of high school basketball. He went to Brooklyn Collegiate High School. unfortunately, he got shot going home. This is about a couple of years ago, right? From there, this is what I'm gathering. From there, he recovered from the injury. He went to warm up on the layup line during one of the games before the warm ups, and he injured his leg. He slipped, and from there, after that, he sat out here. Then he transferred to Lincoln. Explain really what happened and how overwhelming was this for you, your family, and just the going back and forth. And why did he transfer to Lincoln High School from Brooklyn Collegiate?
Well, the process, it was terrible because he got shot, like you said, going home from a practice, watching a basketball game, December 6th of, 2013. So he was shot. Then 28 days later, on the layup line, like you said, he slipped and fell. He ended up having to have surgery, get screws in his knee, broke the tibia, and so he sat out for the remainder of that year. He played one game that year at Boys and Girls. Great game. We were excited because we knew this was going to be the breakout year. Colleges were recruiting
and he was
already.
At Lincoln then?
No, he was still at Brooklyn Collegiate.
Okay.
College coaches were reaching out to the coach and to myself, letting us know, they were very interested in him, so things were going good. And this was just the first game. So by the second game, he was able to come back against Thomas Jefferson High School, and he slipped and he fell. And from that point, it took a turn for the worse. Like, it kind of hurt the whole family because the phone call stopped. That was the first thing that we noticed. The colleges were no longer reaching out to us. He was really of no interest. Someone had reached out to the coach and let him know that there was a process of applying for a fifth year with PSAL, something to the effect that the students are allowed to have 4 years of high school athletics. So they're allowed to play for 4 years.
When did the transfer take place, and why did the transfer take place?
Shortly after that, we found out that the young man...
Because to me, your son is talented enough. He would have stayed at Brooklyn Collegiate and would have got noticed.
Yeah,
right?
did really well. The main reason was because the young man who shot him, we found out didn't live too far from the school. And it just didn't feel safe. The situation where they knew this kid was in the area. He had sat there for a period of time before the incident occurred. It was just, to me, it just wasn't a safe situation. So we made a safety transfer.
Okay, I understand that. Transferring, that is I mean, I've done more stories on transferring. Students transferring from one school to the other for safety reasons, for parental reasons, for other reasons. But is there any sort of demarcation or what's legal, what's illegal? The other thing is, too, we had a big case here where, Sharif Legree, he made it a Supreme Court case where he transferred from Fort Hamilton to Grand Street campus.
What I would say about transfers, first and foremost, I believe the New York City Department of Education, along with the PSAL, need to revisit the rules and the guidelines when it comes to transferring. I think they need to work together to create a process or a procedure that works a bit more cohesively. When it comes to transferring, a parent should be able to put their son or daughter in any school, be it for athletics, because, most of the time you're trying to get your child in a place where they could best fit.
My question, how much is the coach involved in this?
It varies.
Is it all about, to some people's perception, and to mine to a degree, not all, or not always, is it about ball? Is he transferring because they got a better math department? Do they have a better,
I think it varies
for football?
When it comes to it varies if the coach is or is not involved. If I believe that a school has a better program, an athletic program, along with the scholastic component to work for my child, why wouldn't I want him or her there? Right. The coach could or couldn't be involved.
Right.
Your son's future, real quick.
It's on pause right now. We're waiting to see the outcome of the new coach at the school where he accepted the scholarship. Yes, at Rutgers University.
May be going somewhere else, right?
Yeah, it's a possibility.
And how can people reach out to you also?
We have you can email the Parent Coalition 2016 at gmail.com, or you can call us at 718-669-1834. We welcome all parents with children in sports throughout the city.
You know what? I know y'all got a lot of talking to do. This is a conversation that could go on forever.
Yes,
really, right? All right, but thanks for coming.
Yes,
Thank you
thanks for
having
having
us.
us.